Okay, so welcome everybody to Get Together Weekly, Wednesdays at It's a Beautiful Pizza. We meet every week, Wednesdays at 5. Glad to see everybody here. About 15 people here tonight. And what we're doing in Portland, Oregon is we're having real discussions about real issues that a lot of people find that are researching this stuff. You know, what's going on, the centralization of our economy, the centralization of military power. These have really become, especially since Obama has become the president, taboo topics. And that's very, very sad. So we're here every week bringing up a number of issues. And one of the things that I'm going to start with tonight is the whole issue of controlled resistance, which we're seeing more and more in the media. Case in point, the 9/12 tax protest. And a little bit of history on this protest. It wasn't started by Fox News. It wasn't started by Glenn Beck. It was started by people that questioned the official conspiracy theory of 9/11. Fast forward several years, what do we see today? Fox News, CNN, particularly Fox, the same Fox that lied to us about WMDs in Iraq, they're now trying to speak to the conservative base in America and continue this divide. And I think it's very obvious now as things get worse and worse and worse. They are continuing their efforts to create multiple forms of infighting, not only between left and right, but even within the so-called conspiracy research community. There's a lot of combative energy, and sometimes this stuff is controlled and directed by the government or COINTELPRO. Sometimes it's simply ego, but there are both of these factors that I see right now. A lot of people fighting, a lot of nonsense that's actually getting us nowhere. But going back to the tax protest, what do people that are hearing from Keith Olbermann and people on MSNBC, what are they thinking when they're being told, hey, people that question the tax code, they're racist? These people that are, protesting Obama, they say they're like the people that cross the street when a black guy walks down the street. They're literally working from the same psychology. Now that frightens me. What frightens me more about this New World Order crap, world government stuff, is that people actually buy into this stuff. Now we're seeing the economy get worse and worse. 1.3 million people are going to lose their jobless benefits by the end of the year. Food stamps is at an all-time high, 38 million. Gold has gone up to 1,013. Last time I checked, the United Nations is calling for a global financial order, just like the Pope. And so everything is coming now that we have talked about. And it's very important. I'm not a perfect person, so I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I try to take my own advice. But we gotta keep ourselves very strong these next couple months, next year, as things continue to melt down, and try in our best way to be a part of the change, to be a part of the solution, and form strong communities where people can help each other survive in the years ahead. People in Portland and elsewhere need to start getting together fast, holding town hall groups, talking about preparedness, also talking about local currencies, because the last thing they want is different races, for one thing, and people with different religious backgrounds and political backgrounds coming together to find a common solution. This whole attempt to create racial conflict leading to a race war may or may not happen. It all depends on how people are going to react to the things that they see and hear in the next couple months. There could be a story, white supremacists storm a black neighborhood screaming about how they hate Obama, and then maybe it gets plastered all over the news. Maybe it was really some disgruntled racists, or maybe they were provocateurs. Regardless, is this likely that we could see events like this in the next couple of years? I say yes. Because I think if the government doesn't get a manufactured war with it started, so they have a pretext to invoke martial law, they'll have things happen to get that ball rolling. And so it's really going to come down to people talking about these issues and people handing out flyers and people getting creative with their activism and trying to do things that perhaps weren't done before. How many years have we screamed in the streets with signs and bullhorns, as fun as it is? Dire circumstances, extreme circumstances demand extreme measures. I'm not talking about violence, a more creative way of going about what we're trying to do. Because there are a lot of groups talking about this stuff that are going down to City Hall, for example, in a big city like Portland. So that's all I've got to say on that. Ansary is the website. There's many other websites I'll recommend to people watching that may be hearing this stuff for the first time. blacklistnews.com, realgovernment.com, organicconsumers.org. Beautiful Pizza, Wednesdays, 5 o'clock. That's where you can find me if you want to talk about this stuff some more.